really big warm shirt on this morning. It's not that cold, but I do have on a big. I bought a couple of big shirts because I could. So earlier I saw some people waiting to come on, and now I don't see anybody. But that's okay. What did I just see? A message coming through. Oh, how sweet. I kind of checked a message just then, so. Well, good morning, Iris. Iris, did you get the message I sent you in text, or did I use the wrong phone number this morning? And yes, I have a thingy on my lip. I bumped it, did something else, and then the other night I went to do, I don't know, I'd been outdoors a lot, and it cracked, and so I have a sore on my lip. You got it. Okay. Hi, Sonia. Good morning. This cup of stuff that's kind of light colored has quite a bit of milk in it, and was coffee once upon. Whoa! I kicked the tripod. Was coffee once upon a time. Anyway, I'm a longer reach from the door today for Miss Wendy. Did you come in that quick? Wendy got her foot caught under a door this week and has been nursing her foot. She scoots past the door so fast I don't even see her do it. She's that quick now. It scared her. Well, it probably hurt pretty bad. Hi, Donna R. How are you this morning? Oh, I'm so sorry you were in the hospital. Guys, put her on your prayer list, okay? Homestead and Nomads, good morning, everybody. So, I don't really have a big planned thing to talk about. It's been a really busy week for me. Most of you all know that I started working at Stan's Auto, kind of in an admin position. Don't know how long I get to do that, but for right now I'm doing it. I'm hoping Stan and I can work it out that I can do it for a while because it's really helping me financially. Yes, I love these mugs. Yes, when I went to Baja, I only bought 2. I noticed on on Amazon, you can get sets of 6. I need to have 6 here at the house. I use them for everything. And I dropped both of the 2 I have. I dropped them on the stone patio and chipped them, which is not a bad thing. They're not rough, okay? And it's a little away from my lip. I just have to kind of go a little bit this way or drink with the other hand, which I never do. Anyway, but I should get a set of 6. And I should get white ones. They only had black and white. Sinsa makes them. But they only had black and white, and the other day I saw that they put blue ones out. I don't want the blue. I like the white. The black is pretty too, but I don't want black cups. I like to see if I washed them good. Anyway. Good morning, Beth. I forgot to text you, Beth. TJ Shack, hey! How are you guys? Wow, wonderful. Guys, today I am not making this subscriber only. So my moderators may be working hard to smack the trolls, but we'll do it as long as we can. Getting a few more subscribers is a good thing, and we've gotten a few more. I did a surprise live on Thanksgiving Day, and we got quite a few subscribers from that, so I thought we'd try it today. We'll see what happens. If it gets to be too much for the moderators, then I'll change it. Wendy, I should get your hairbrush and brush you while we're working. Whack-a-troll. There you go. I like that, whack-a-troll. So 12 people already? Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I can see Karma on the top of the car right now, getting his sunshine. Karma has been sleeping inside with us at night, and then I feed him his food outside in the morning, and it's working okay. Because of getting a paycheck this week, I bought Wendy a new dog bed, and I got it from Dollar General, so I didn't pay a lot of money for it, but it actually has the attached blanket thing, and she just loves it. She loves it so much. Wow. Yep, sharp fingernail. I busted something. Um, she loves it so much that she didn't sleep with me 2 nights. She's sleeping in her bed by the wood stove. So, whatever. Um, so, I trust everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I had somebody make quite a few comments about Thanksgiving to me, and when I'm the kind of person I am, they kind of. I'm trying to decide how to tactfully say this. It felt like I was being judged because of the way they worded their comments about Thanksgiving. So, just so anybody who wants to know knows, I am celebrating, when I celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm celebrating how people from different cultures can appreciate and love people from another culture. I'm also celebrating how someone who is not necessarily viewed as the best in a human sense, not saying which culture that was, but I'm saying any of the cultures involved could have seen the other people involved in the original Thanksgiving as not nice people. But the people that did Thanksgiving dinner overlooked whatever they were told or thought or whatever, because they recognized the human being in the people involved in the original. And good morning, Leanna. And because of that, because they overlooked all the negatives and saw the humanness in each person, the different cultures taught each other and helped each other to get through a tough winter. And that's what I'm celebrating, is the ability for humans to see beyond the crap, to see the humanness and the God spark within others enough to help them through a difficult human time, difficult winter weather. I think we should do more of that. I celebrate that. I am not willing to celebrate any of the other holidays that are society that the United States society accepts as reasonable holidays. I do not celebrate because I do not believe in some of those things. I do not push my beliefs on anyone. You do you. Whatever your thing is, you do you. Okay? Just please do not push it on anyone. And out here on my channel, would you please be gentle and kind with everyone? Or I have given my moderators more than permission to smack a troll. So today for my moderators is Smack a Troll Day. So Okay, so I don't see that I'm having any scrolling issues today. If you have a question for me, first, and I apologize to the person who is from an Asian country with a different language. I believe that's Japanese, but I don't know how to read Japanese. And so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to accommodate whatever you're sending out. Good morning, Babs. Love you guys. I think we're on Whack-a-Troll Day. Because I did not, oh, you know what? I forgot to change one other filter. Let me change it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. So we'll see how we do. And if it gets too rough for my moderators with their cell phone issues, I will change it. But for now, we're going to leave it like that. So what would y'all like to talk about? Yeah, and I do believe that's Japanese, yes. New moon, new beginnings. There you go. Thank you, Kate, for helping us keep up with moon phases. I have a new moon phase calendar, which is magnetic and stuck on the front door, but I haven't even studied it yet, but that's for next year. And so when that comes around, I'll be looking at that. Miss Wendy, please don't noodle your foot. Your foot is healing really good. I don't think you broke anything. I just think it hurts. It's swollen stuff. Yeah. Um, all is well. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You do you if you don't keep Thanksgiving because you think it's horrible because of slaughters and whatever else. I've already been like raked over the coals over that. So I just gave my explanation. You can go back later and you can talk about that. Okay. Um, I did see that part, Beth, and thank you so much. That person was from Japan and they were understanding me. That's wonderful. My great aunt and uncle raised their children in Japan. They were missionaries for the Advent Christian Church in Japan. Um, I loved that aunt and uncle. They've both passed now, but I love them. Hi, Jer. It's so nice to have the 4 day weekend after my just starting to work, right? But man, I feel like my house cabin. Now, for those of you who are new, I live in a dry off grid cabin in northern Arizona. I am at 6,500 feet elevation. I get 4 seasons. So I get cold weather, I get snow. Um, and I don't get really hot temperatures. I've never seen 100 degrees on my property. So so I'm in a very small cabin, and I have always been a traveler, a world traveler, but especially I've been a vehicle dweller since I returned to the United States after living in Central America for a number of years. Um, I, the Japanese person I originally was from, or the Asian person, I originally was from Maine in the United States. I have lived in many and visited many places in the world. I have never been to Asia, and I have never been to Europe. There are still places I'd love to go. Is it Korean, TJ Shack? Okay. Or did I just miss somebody coming in? Um, wow, that's a skill, Kate. I just saw that. Oh, you're from Korea. Okay. Thank you so much for telling us that. So, welcome from Korea. Um, so, I have no idea where I'm going today. with our conversations. Let's see, where are we going to go? So, yeah, tea kettle on the wood stove. There's some wood in there. It's 70 degrees. You could probably see that atomic clock up there. You'd have to expand it. My cabin is a mess, but I have a lot of stuff going on here at home. There's things that, okay, so because I never intended to like live here. Hi, Lesa L. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yeah. Because I never intended to live here, I had organized and thought about this 12-foot by 12-foot cabin, dry cabin. That dry cabin means no running water, no installed power. I have a portable power unit, and just like I did when I was living in my vehicles in the United States, I use portable water systems as well. But because I had never planned to live here, living out of the cabin and stuff, this will be, I came back sometime in January last year. I had been saying December. I was wrong. It was sometime in January. Hi, Jackson. I have to readjust by seasons how I maneuver things. And some of the ways that are thoughts I had about how I was decorating or living in the space, right? The wooden bed frame was just too big. It took up too much space, so I had to readjust that. So then, because I needed to bring the wood cook stove, this cute little wood cook stove, inside for the bad weather of the winter, because I have not finished, well, I haven't restored it yet, and I don't have a space to keep it out of the weather. I had to bring it inside. So for the winter, this winter, until something else can happen, that needs to act as my kitchen counter for now, right? And so every season it feels like, or every time I have a big, okay, we just had a produce delivery thing at our, that's a once a month thing. Borderlands Produce was just a delivery. We were able to get some. I did not get a full box because I'm not completely, okay, I have to switch a couple of thoughts here. I have been carnivore diet for almost 2.5 years, okay? Almost a full 2.5 years. I have been experimenting with fruits. Very few vegetables because I'm rather allergic to a lot of stuff. So, but carefully trying some fruits and things of that nature. Over Thanksgiving dinner, I was able to try some things. Welcome from India. I see that real quick. So I tried some things and I didn't get sick and I didn't have to take Benadryl and I didn't go to the hospital. Yay. That means that my body is healing itself. It has taken quite a long time to get to this stage. It's taken quite a long time to figure out which items in my diet or lifestyle were microdosing me with things that were hurting me. So I've had successes now. I'm getting much healthier. So sorry, Sonia, I see your comment real quick. Jeremy, in case you missed it, and for anybody else, I decided to not do subscribers only this morning for as long as my moderators can handle it. Let's see if we can get a few more extra subscribers. I did a non-subscribers only uh, or open live stream as a surprise on Thanksgiving Day. We gained quite a few more subscribers. I thought it was kind of fun. So it's okay, Iris. I quickly saw that message. I only see a few words, but just so you know. Mike, I'm not a man. Get over it. Go. If you're going to be a troll and be ugly, you can have a nice day and go somewhere else. Anyway, so let's see. So I was telling you about my mess in the cabin and the fact that we just got a delivery from Borderlines Produce. I did not buy a full box, but I was. Oh, I'm so glad you like that coffee, Leanna. I was able to get a few items from the Borderlands Produce as a sideline order. And so I got a watermelon. I would like to have watermelon juice, and I have not juiced it yet. But you got to imagine in this small space, I get a good sized watermelon. It takes up, an eighth of the cabin. Um, and then I got a few cherry tomatoes, which I tried some with my dinner last night. I believe that I'm going to need to peel them, which is not hard. You just drop them in some hot boiling water. Score them first, drop them in some boiling water. The skin comes right off. So I also yesterday at market tried Fiddlehopper Farms. Carrie, hi Robert and Nancy. Carrie does a lot of baked goods. She gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to bake things to bring to market. I don't usually buy things on Sabbath, but I had talked to her ahead of time, and she had made brownie bites. So she had made from scratch brownies with no nuts. And then she dipped them in chocolate. And I didn't know if I could eat them, but she let me have one to try, and I didn't get sick, so I bought a bag yesterday. So, oh my gosh, they are so good. And I didn't react. Oh, good Lord. Big, 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 big deal. So, and I also, from Borderlines Produce, I also brought home, I think, 5 bags of lemons. Now, Borderlands Produce is, they rescue produce that's going to go to a landfill before it goes. And so some of the things that come are right on the border of going bad. And so people who have animals like pigs or something, or chickens or whatever, that could feed animals the not good produce, they often will get more than one box. It's very inexpensive. I don't remember the price. But anyway, so like everybody who bought a box yesterday got 1 watermelon, 10 cucumbers, 10 yellow squash, 10 zucchini squash, 5 eggplant, a small box of pineapple tidbits that was like canned or Tetra Pak or something, 7 packages of cherry tomatoes, and 3 bags of lemons. So the lemons I took so many of because Jess and I are working on both the shower house and the footings for the cabin. And I hope to have both of them almost finished this week. Jess can come while I'm working at Stan's. So, but anyway, I can slice these lemons thinly, and I can take some of the peelings and do separately, and I can put them in my big 5-level air dehydrator bag thing. with the zippers on it, and I can hang that in that bathroom space. It's not wet, it's not damp, it's dry. And I'm in Arizona, the air is very dry. And over time, those will dry, or because it's cold enough, if it gets really cold, they'll do what's called freeze drying. They'll freeze and dry. And so it's a whole thing, but I can put them in there and they'll dry. And then we should have, between me and some friends, I have a friend who makes soap. She will want some of the lemon rind when I make it into powder. And then the slices that I make as slices, we can use for cooking. There's a recipe for making chicken that my mother used to make. I don't remember where she got it from, but I know the basics of how to make it. And it was chicken with soy sauce, lemon. That was the main ingredients. And then you served it with rice. And so there's that. And then there's lemonade I have this summer with honey and lemons and good water. So I'm just going to dehydrate as much. Most of the other people that are in this area do more canning than I do. Hey, Mary, it's all good. We love you when you come. We don't even care. I mean, I love having you help as a moderator. And yeah, it's Smack a Troll Day. Because most of my neighbors either pickle or one guy's making kimchi with his cucumbers. I didn't bother to get cucumbers and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm just saying, because I can do the dehydrating the easiest, and I don't have to mess with it too much in the small space and whatever else. I don't have the jars. I don't, I'm whatever. It's so that's what I'm doing is I don't have a lot of sugar around, and if I was going to do sugar, so y'all know, if I was going to do sugar, I would only do cane sugar. I know that older women, especially menopausal or whatever, often they cannot handle, and I cannot, beets. And so I don't want sugar that came from a sugar beet. I want cane sugar if I'm going to use sugar, which I wouldn't do much. I forgot when we were talking about ways to preserve things, I could have made, maybe I still can, some candied lemon rind. That's something I could probably get away with doing if I have the stuff. But I don't have much time right now because I'm trying to get these other things knocked out. And in the meantime, I'm still washing my laundry by hand. And when you wash laundry by hand, it takes longer than just throwing stuff in a washing machine and then throwing it in a dryer. And like the other day, I forgot what day it was, I was late by the time I was getting the laundry washed. So I left it on the clothesline overnight. And of course, it froze. So then I have to wait the next day until the sun is out long enough to thaw the clothes before it'll dry the clothes. It's a thing. But yes, Kate, I would do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of us think alike on food items out here. But as an FYI, for the last little bit, I've been saying I've been carnivore. I've decided it's time for me to change saying that. Now I'm going to say I'm animal-based because I'm able now to have some fruit. Now, Kate, I just saw your thing, but fruit does not always mean something sweet. Fruit means that the plant gives off its thing from its from above ground. So I have tried potatoes. Some of you know that, and I've been able to eat potatoes too. But but I'm trying not to eat potatoes very often. Yeah, they are higher carb. I'm not afraid of carbs. It's not that piece at all. Okay. But my uh, tomatoes are fruit. Eggplant is a fruit. I won't eat it because of it's a nightshade, so I watch nightshades, and I have to be careful of lectins for me. Um, I will occasionally test it, but I know I got to be careful. So, so the tomatoes, I will be peeling them. Uh, I would really like to get the food mill that screws on to a canning jar, a mason jar. I had it in a wish list, but I don't think I do anymore. But I would really like to have that because I could do the cherry tomatoes really easily and quicker. But I've got to have a place to wash dishes better. And I've had that old little tiny RV sink for years. I've used it for years. I have not liked it for years. I'm sick of it. I can't stand it anymore. Just as soon as I can empty that, that's going to be gifted somewhere else. So if somebody's close to me and really needs a stainless steel 2 bowl RV sink, you tell me because you can have it. I'm done with it. Okay. I have a really nice enamel dishpan. It's big. It's not very. It's not very deep, but it's big. I love it. I am going to get. Yeah, a sink. The sink thing. It's a thing. Um. Um. And the person was from Korea, not Japan. We made a mistake. They corrected us later. Um, yeah, my dishwashing situation has to change. Now, I don't mind using a pan for washing dishes, but the stainless steel salad bowl I'd been using wasn't really happy. I mean, it works, but not really super happy with that stainless steel bowl. It's a little small. It's not impossible. I also, so I found this, I think it was a metal planter that's, it's enamel. It's black. It has wooden handles on it. I can lift it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I made the mistake. Okay. Anyways, I can lift it full of water, but it's deep enough to actually get stuff in the water to wash it, which has been the problem with some of my other stuff. So that's a keeper. The big enamel pan is a keeper. Um, and all the dishwashing process I want outside the cabin, not in here. But in the winter, I have to maneuver things. When I'm only cooking for me and I'm using my little camp pots, I can do that in a small space, and that's not really a problem. But when I bring home 5 or 6 bags of lemons and have to process them, I'm going to have a mess that I have to clean up, and I don't want it drizzled on the floor. My floor, by the way, was not installed correctly. I trip over the boards all the time. I hesitate to say that I hate this floor. I paid $600 for this vinyl plank floor. It never was snapped together correctly, and I don't know how to fix it. And I just am so tired of tripping on it. Or I'm in a hurry and I need to drag something across it and it gets caught. If it's in a plastic trash bag, I'll just rip the bag. It's just really annoying. So, yeah. But anyways, so oh, Sonia, I'm so sorry. You can't see the chat. I hope you can find it after a minute. Sometimes there's the 3 dots in the corner or something, but I don't know. Don't throw your phone though. It's not worth it. We've all thought about or tried to toss a phone before. At least the one time I tossed mine, I tossed it at the soft bed because I was that kind of upset with it in that moment. You know what? I'm sitting right in front of the refrigerator, and I just noticed that the door's not closed all the way. How come? Nope. I got something. Something doesn't fit right. There we go. Okay. I had put 2 of these little lunch coolies in the top of the refrigerator to get them colder. And they were holding the door open a little bit. Don't want that. That would be hard. With it being cloudy, it's a little harder to get all my solar charged. Fantastic, but it's all good. The Echo Flow, for the person who loaned me that, I've been able to take that back and forth to the office with me, and Stan is allowing me to plug it in, and then it lasts a whole week, and it's not turning the refrigerator off. Something I did made it work. I think Kate. Hi, Donna Kay. I think Kate asked me a question back a little bit. I'm going to try to go see. Oh, thank you, Rena, about my hair. Yes, it's long. Thank you to my family. I got long hair. Yeah, dishes are a thing. But before you cut a hole in a counter to make a sink, maybe try it out. My opinion, okay? Try it out using a pan on top of the counter. Put a dish towel down first so any slop, you can clean up and dry. But try it at a pan first, because maybe you don't want a sink with a drain and maybe you don't want to go that route. I don't like cleaning up the disaster. I don't mind if I can lift the water, going and pouring it. Of course, here at my cabin, I have garden beds, and I add buckets with rocks that I can pour gray water in that water the garden. And that way I'm using it all the time. I was thinking that Kate asked me something about, I forgot what it was. I don't see it now. If it was important, Kate, ask me again, because, oh, you said something about an addition. That's what you said. I just saw something. Have you thought about adding an addition to your cabin or another cabin? Yes, I have. Absolutely thought about it. Does that mean I'm going to do it? No. So what has happened every time I turn around, something else happens, right? I mean, that's life. Life comes kind of in waves. Things are going smooth for a little while, and then glitch. You get that kind of under control again, and then it goes down, right? So something always happens. So the latest and greatest was that I need to get my cabin in line with the county's permitting because of something that happened. And because of that, I hired a civil engineer. He told me what one thing I needed to do. And as soon as that is finished, which might get finished this week, he said that he wanted me to put straps, footers, which is cement posts down in the ground, with straps attached to the frame of the cabin. I have to have 6 of them. When that is finished, which Jess said he's going to help today and maybe tomorrow, and finish, if it's not finished by Wednesday, I think he has time to be here Wednesday. So those footers, when they're finished, then I call I call the civil engineer again, and he either accepts my photographs, pictures, or he comes out and does one more inspection, and then he is approving my cabin for an occupancy permit so that I do not have to go through the rest of the permit system. It's a big thing, okay? And because of that, my yard's upside down. I've got 6 of these great big deep holes right beside the cabin. All of my leveled landscaping near the cabin is all disturbed. 2 of the stones from the back patio that I just relaid are disturbed, not in place. In order to get the holes dug, it's a whole thing. It's a whole and so my shower house, I had already started on the other project over there that I've been trying to do all summer, but I couldn't do the batch composting system that can be approved by Apache County Health Department. I couldn't do that until I had the proper barrels. And I had 1 barrel I could have used, but it had only had drinking water in it. And I finally got barrels about 2 months ago, maybe, ish. And so once I got the barrels, then it was how many other things went, we're going, blah. So now everything in the shower house has been removed, including the cat beds and everything. And then what was it, 2 weeks ago when Chaos passed away? And so I had a little glitch with the cat dying. And anyway, so the whole shower house is all emptied. So my bathroom buckets are outside. So the other night in the snow, I'm outside using the bathroom, but it's the way it is. It'll all be fixed soon, really soon. It's so close, but it's like, I got to get through this transition period, which is all a little awkward. And then, of course, I started work at the same time, which is I haven't worked in years. And so in my clothes, I have a limited amount of clothes on purpose, partly because I like being minimalist and I can control them better. It's easier. But I need to replace some clothes. That's absolutely true. But in the meantime, I just have to wash them. And I don't go to the laundromat hardly. Not never, but hardly. And I had to, the first week of work, I had to go to the laundromat. I couldn't fit it in any other way. And so on the way home one day, I spent an extra hour at the laundromat making sure clothes were washed and that they started to dry. And then I brought them home and hung them on a chair by the fire. So it's stuff like that. And so this week I only had 3 days of work. I came home, I washed laundry, but it was late at night. They froze. You got that story already. But that's the way it's been. It's been like, okay, what do I need to take with me to work? And Wendy's going to work with me. So there's, a thing. I have to control that, manage that. And so I just finally found dry dog food that I was willing to give Wendy because I can't do everything. It's like I'm feeling torn a little bit in some ways. And then, like I said, I clean a pile up and then another pile starts in the cabin because I'm in the transition of how is this going to work? This is uncomfortable. This isn't what I wanted. So I have thought about other cabins. Yes, I have. By the way, this cabin was stick built. It is not a shed to home thing. If you buy a shed in Apache County, there's so much that you have to do to it to make it up to code. You may as well build your own. And totally COVID year when I built this was a third of the price of a delivered shed, which they couldn't have even got up my road anyway. So in my humble opinion, I believe more in doing the stick-built cabins. I would have built a more rustic cabin, but the people that were around me in that moment just had so many things that they told me I could not do that I finally just threw my hands up and said, I'm buying this, 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 and this, and you're using what I got because I can't do this by your rules. I don't want to live in your cabin. I want to live in my cabin. And so if you won't do XYZ, this is what I will buy. And then one of them walked off the job without saying anything and left me with no roof. And then my nephew that I didn't know was in Arizona rescued me that year. But anyways, and Babs and Michael with Ranger, they came to my aid, helped me, and then got me back out camping where I could get my head together. Right, Babs? And we got this. Anyway, so based off of all of that and the fact that I have lots of windows and 2 doors in this little tiny space, there's not much place to expand out because I have a 6-foot porch off the front. It needs a porch railing. That would be really helpful with the elk and the deer and the cattle. I actually had a cow try to come on the porch about 3 weeks ago. The back patio, I built a pergola. The floor is stone. I laid the floor. We're not taking it up again, people. I laid it about 3 years ago. This summer, I had to tear it up and re-level it because it had settled and I hadn't quite done it right. And I'm not saying I did it perfect, but it's okay. And it's beautiful. And I'm so blessed to have it. So that pergola room off the back, I would really like it to at least be screened in, like a screened in porch. And that's where I want the cook stove and the dishwashing and things of that nature. Because most of the year, I don't have any trouble going out there. And if it's a stormy winter like January or February when it's really cold and often snowy here, I would like to have storm windows for it. It's a lovely extra room. But being that it could be a screened room, that does not count as an addition, and I will not have to have it inspected by another county person or civil engineer. So that's okay. I think I answered your question. And I'm a guest cottage or something, cabin platform for a tent, but I can't see my way to that with all the stuff I've got going on. And until it's more necessary, there's no reason for me to do it. First, I've got to finish the projects I got going on so I can relax more, actually just do my daily things more easily. And then after those are done, I need to get my beneficiary deed taken care of for my son, who does want to inherit this. And I need to go file my graveyard site. Those are really important. So disposing of the water is the thing, and I agree with you, Mary. That's one of the things I really liked in my vans. I always found a way to have a drain to some kind of container. In my Van Tucket for a long time, I had a bread loaf pan. And we had wire wrapped a way for it to hang off one of the side doors. Okay, so the side doors in a 97 G20 van had these little cutout holes in the door itself. Once you removed the carpeted decoration off, there was just a hole in the door. So I insulated those holes with Reflectix. I found a narrow jug that would go inside the hole on the bottom. There was a hole on the top and a hole on the bottom. So I put the jug on the bottom, and on the top, we took a loaf pan And I made a drain out of a piece of pipe to a piece of plastic hose from the hardware store. And we wire wrapped a thing around the bread pan so that it had the two things to hang it off of that hole on the top. I could rinse my coffee cup and drain it into that thing. And then when I would stop, I could just dump that little jug that fit in the bottom. And I could brush my teeth and spit into that kind of sink thing. I've also done it off of other people's vans with the big red funnels that are made for an auto shop where you can turn a whole gallon of something upside down inside the funnel. They're about that big around, 8 or 10 inches around. And because they have like a backsplash already on them and a hole for mounting them, it makes it really simple to get liquid into a drain, into a jug. That's something that works pretty good. Yeah, disposing of the water is the thing. Can I make a rack around the stove for drying? I could, but I have some issues with that. My stove is very close to the heat shields, and there's no space between the heat shields and the stove to place anything. This shelf is not strong enough to hold anything. Making something like a mitten hanger, yeah, but I can't put wet pants on a mitten hanger. Most of my pants right now are old plastic, polyester. Well, some of them are cotton, but they're not the fabrics I would like. They would melt. So right now, I can't handle that as another project. Hi Jess. Do you want me to not show people you on the video?
Oh no, that's perfectly.
You're okay. Jess is here. So, Jess, we. Well, I could switch the camera.
Mind if it's here?
No, I do not mind at all. I know it's my house is kind of messy. It's been a busy week, right?
Yeah, it's been a real busy week.
Yeah.
Big boxes and produce and trips.
That's what I was telling people was my house is upside down because of all the things I'm doing. And outside feels upside down. And it's all good. Eventually it gets fixed. And then working, start work too. The transition phase stuff can be a challenge.
Yeah, we're trying to get a lot going right now.
Yeah. And you're working for a bunch of people.
Yeah.
All us older single, not just women, but older single neighbors.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, we need the help, and I know you have back issues, so we have to be gentle with you. But anyways, Wendy got her foot caught in the door this week. Yeah. So when I go to use doors right now, she goes out so fast I don't even know she's gone out. She's afraid of the door. Rightly so. She should be.
Yeah. Really.
So, we're gonna do footers.
Yeah, we can do that today if you want.
Because do you still have Monday and Wednesday or not?
Monday and Wednesday, as far as I know, still should be free.
Okay, and my payday is the 3rd, which is, I forgot, is it Monday or Tuesday? But it's coming up, so I'll be able to give you money.
Okay.
Yeah, this week's money, I just held gas money to be for making sure I can get back and forth to work.
Right.
And then I'm like, and I did some grocery shopping, Wendy got a new dog bed. A Dollar General, you know, $15. But
Hey,
she likes it. Has its own blankie. She likes it so much she didn't sleep with me for 2 nights. So, how much of a hurry are you in? How long have I been on? Let me see. Because, yeah, I think it's important we get some stuff done. Yeah, thank God for helpers, yes. Okay. Kate, I just saw your comment about helpers. I used to have that problem too. I had to learn how to um, not just set boundaries, but I had to learn how to do a couple of things so that back when I was first in my van, say 2011, 12, around that with Van Tucket, I actually had people at RTR say to me, they're my tools, you do it my way. Well, I only had to be told that twice, and I found a way to buy tools because one of those people tried to put screws right down into my gas tank. And I knew somebody else that years later they did the same thing to them and they put the screws into the gas tank and they never could figure out what was wrong with her minivan until she sold it and the guy came back and said, so who's the idiot that put the screws in the gas tank? And she's like, is that what was wrong with it all that time? Because it lost like its vacuum or something for the somehow the gas tank has to like seal enough so that it didn't create enough of a spark to explode it, but it could have. Anyways, it's just like, yeah, you there's some ways we can someday if you know, whatever.
You really, as many people as we have come and go out here, you have to learn discernment.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out here that are just out here. They just want to get one over on somebody so they can have more for themselves.
Yeah. And there are people that come in this kind of a place or in van life. I mean, they will just take advantage of people so they can get ahead. Yeah. So they have something better. I had that happen to me in my van too, where I didn't know somebody wanted my really cool sofa bed thing because they thought it would make a really nice hinged table on the outside of their rig. And so they forced me into letting it go because at that point I was still using the principle that if you push at me 3 times, it's like I finally just would say, just do what you want to do and I'll clean up the mess afterwards. Well, I had to stop that. That doesn't work. So don't do that. Anyways, but yeah. So I never would have got rid of that sofa bed. That thing was the bomb. It worked so good. I was so comfortable. I just wanted a bigger bed.
Right.
And they wouldn't give it to me. They said, no, you need a place for a big TV. I don't want a TV.
I don't even own a TV.
No, me either. I didn't want one then. I don't want one now.
If it wasn't for having to keep in contact with people, I probably wouldn't own a
I have a phone. Either. Yeah. I wouldn't either. I would have an old school. Anyway, so that's, okay, let's see. Cues. Can you make a rack to dry laundry or others? Yeah. Yeah. If I can't yet because I have too many other things going on. If I'm really hard up, I just take this chair I'm sitting in and I just drape clothes all over it and stick it close to the stove and they'll dry. But right now, I try to do it during the right time of the day. I just made a mistake the other night. I washed my clothes at probably 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
No, I did the same thing.
And they froze.
Yeah, they froze.
Yeah,
They froze
and so then it
clothes.
takes an extra day for them to dry.
I just brought them in and put them on hangers and put them above the
Okay.
stove.
Yeah. I don't really have a place where I can do such a thing. Those shelves will not hold. They don't hold anything. But Okay, cues. Hunting for cues. Don't see any. See some other people. Whoops. Um, okay. Uh, no. Wood stove does not cause much dust. No. Arizona, lots of dust. We could talk about dust another time. Guys, the uppercase cues are really helpful for me to see what I need to talk about. We're going to try to go outside with, hey Shane, we're going to try to go outside with Jess and start a project. Let's see. Yeah, it's Whack-a-Troll Day. Yep. Okay. All right. So, the phone is okay. Battery's good. So I'm gonna try to walk outside with you, and we're gonna do it with the phone.
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I was instructed how these footers need to be. Let's turn this around. Fix this like that. So these footers. Here we go. Y'all can see my yard's a mess, y'all. But it's what we got. There's Miss Wendy. She gets out of the doorway pretty good. I've got another tube to cut. But this is what I was taught the other day about these. And I have not had a chance to wire the first one. Let's see. Yeah, trying to... I gotta take still pictures too of some of this because I don't know which way the civil engineer wants the. There we can see the hole. Okay. So these are the straps, but I only have two really long ones and the other ones are shorter. So we need to decide where the long ones go. But we're supposed to put... So I was told, so I can get it on camera, to put this through one of the holes and wire it on.
Okay.
Okay. And then this with the rebar in it is supposed to be halfway down the hole.
All right.
And then we pour dry cement a few inches thick and then water, and then you can do another hole. But when you attach these to the side, like I know Babs and I put the trim on here, I guess we just got to go right on the outside of the trim. I guess. And you're supposed to put a nail in every one of these little holes. It's supposed to have a nail.
So I haven't used these. I've used other kinds of
Okay,
tie down
you've done it.
straps,
Okay, you've done it yourself.
I
Okay.
see a problem here.
Yeah, me too.
So if we were to put this here,
Yeah.
we would only have two pieces of rebar. So
Oh no, there's only one piece for each one. That's all I got.
There's only one?
I only got one per.
Okay.
That's all we got.
So, and the other problem was the Satcrete that you got. Is that specially designed for dry pours?
I think yes.
Okay. If it's not specially designed for dry pours, I would just go ahead and mix it.
In the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, because
Okay, I don't care which way we do it.
okay, because if we dry pour it, it's going to take a lot longer. It's not going to go through the curing process it needs to go through.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I've got to rig up the funky way I got the water out of the blue barrel, but we can use the water out of the other things. And unfortunately, somebody twisted my spout on that big IBC tube. Yeah, I'm not ready to tackle it, but it's twisted. But we have that whole barrel of water that's full. The blue one's full.
Okay, that'll be awesome.
So you've done these before then?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. 'Cause I didn't know if you had or not. I hadn't, so I didn't even know what I'm looking at. But I only have the two that I. And then when he 4, he got shorter ones. So I guess you get to pick where the long one goes.
All right, so we have one more long one.
Yeah, 2 long ones
Okay.
and 4 short ones.
All right.
And
So
and then this is my bucket of nails.
can we look at the Secrete?
Yes, we can. It's on the front porch. And we may have to, I can't carry it far. So I'm thinking whether, I don't know how we're going to have to do this.
Well,
But going through the house is the fastest, the shortest.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I wondered.
Or
Yeah, I wondered about that myself.
with my back, if I have to drop it or something.
Yeah, okay. I wondered too. Okay. So, but it's on.
We can load up the wheelbarrow
Yeah.
and get it close to the fence over here.
If
and
I
then just carry it.
If I take a minute, we could put it in the wagon. Well, the wheelbarrow you got to lift. The wagon we don't have to lift.
Okay.
And one could pull and one could push.
Okay.
And to get it moved, maybe that could save backs a little more. So this is here's it.
Well,
But
we've got the fence taken down, so why don't we just go ahead and mix it up and just transport it to here, because we got a way through right here.
well, we do on both. Yeah, on both sides we can pull that further away. That's true. But you see how they're 60-pound. 60-pound bags. I can't even lift them, but that's about it. This piece of fence, back more, all of this stuff. You know, I like my place looking good, so for me this is sometimes bizarre. That's gonna get dumped.
I'm the same way, and it seems like if it's not a mess, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, that you could dump it in the bathroom, in the shower house. It's gonna go to your right. And you guys over here, I'll have to keep coming over to check. He's getting the wheelbarrow, and I'm gonna peel this piece of fence back more because this was all attached but not cemented in the ground. And there's Miss Wendy. This is probably back far enough, yes?
Oh yeah, that's plenty.
Okay. And then I can't remember how much water's in the black barrel. But oh, we can move the black barrel.
If it's light enough to move, that'll help us out a lot.
It is light enough to.
All right, let me help you.
Let me get some more water out of it. Yes, it's. Let me grab a bucket over there off of the other garden. I want to put that. Okay. No, for now that's okay. As long as we can still move it. Okay. As long as we don't fill it yet. At some point in time, I want that back on the back patio.
Okay, we can do that.
Today sometime. But this one's full.
Okay.
I gotta get water out of it.
Do you have a short
Hose.
Length of hose?
I do, and I actually have a way to do it. Can you help me get that? The cat knocked this over the other day. But look, if we put this, you're gonna mix cement out here. I'm thinking.
Well, I'll just mix it right here by the water barrel.
I was thinking if we put a couple of blocks here, I can transfer the water into this, and then you got a spout to work with. Is that more?
That sounds
Does that
well,
sound
I would
useful?
still
or
have
no?
to. I would still have. If we could just siphon it right into the wheelbarrow.
I can.
But
if I can transfer a lot.
Well, the thing is, we'd still have to lift the water into the wheelbarrow.
To a degree, let's still do this because enough so I can get it up. And I'm gonna need it taller than that. And you see, guys, this was a pressure treated, supposed to be okay in contact with the ground post, and it obviously was not okay. You see that? The end of that 8-foot post?
Oh yeah.
And that was pressure treated. It's supposed to be okay in the ground. That's that post right there. That pop burrito. So that was a bust. Let's go higher so I can get something under this.
All right.
So I can get a bucket under it. Wendy, watch it. Idate confa. Three might be. If I had one more piece of. Here's one. I got one. Okay, let me go get the. What are you guys able to see? Let me check with y'all every once in a while here. Y'all, be patient. I don't know if you got comments and questions. Strips going in behind all that. The trim board and siding. Yeah, but I can't pull the trim. I could pull the trim off, but I can't pull the siding off. And, okay, I'm gonna need your uppercase Q's for me to see what you're talking about. Okay. Can I get past this barrel? Y'all are gonna watch me do something really bizarre. But I had trouble with doing this before. Yeah, please put the uppercase Q's for things, questions and stuff. All right, let's see. I did this once before. Let's see if I can repeat the process. Because it was how I made it work when I had no help. And sometimes getting water out of a big barrel is a thing, right? How did I do this? I did it. I pulled. I did like this. This part went in the. And I've tried to keep it clean. and it gave me a handle for getting it out. Can you do it with that? Because I just screwed it. Okay. I just screwed it on this thing. Okay. That's why I didn't think we could do it fast enough.
It'll fill up pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying this would have to be kind of low to do it that way, but
not
I
really.
think it'll be faster than that.
Yeah. And this is a hand pump. This is how I pulled the water up last time. I just screwed it on there and pumped it. And then it started flowing and I could pull it off. Okay. And then we can get the wheelbarrow really close.
This will only work until there's equilibrium.
Yeah. I get it, but it's better than not being able to get the water out of the stupid thing. Okay.
Okay, so we have so much. We have those short strips. I think are going to come right to the bottom of that.
Yeah. So
So I don't think we'll have to do it to the siding here.
right, and
So
I thought
I'm
maybe
assuming
this
these are ties.
railroad tie, and then it's the actual floor joists and stuff.
Are attached to the ties. Running.
They're not attached; they're just laid on top.
Okay.
Do you want to see pictures so you know?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. All right, guys, I have to show.
It's gonna work out perfect.
Okay, all right. So maybe the longer ones are for the middle. I don't know the answer. And I wouldn't know how to cut one. That's not something I could do anyways.
Well, I wouldn't worry about cutting it. I mean,
Oh, wrong
just
thing.
put it one hole up, the rebar one hole a little further down there.
Okay, okay. Since you've done it before, I'm going to let you make those executive decisions. There's a way. How's the way? No, this is retouch. No. I thought I could plus. Nope. Nope. There used to be a way I could. Okay, let's just do it. I don't know how to do this. You used to be able to show people. Hey, if I lose you guys, I love you all. Have a good week. Because I'm trying to figure out how to get to a different place so I can show. Oh, here. So I can show. All right, so I might have lost you guys for a few minutes, but all right, so I might have lost you guys for a few minutes, but whatever. I had to show Jess a picture so he knew what the construction's like on the cabin. All right, water's still rolling. We're half a barrel. 3-gallon bucket. Do you want a different shovel for mixing?
No, I can use that one just fine.
Okay, because I have a couple more, but you know my big one, the fiberglass crack. Whatever. The what?
Claw hammer.
Open boxes right there. There's something, and if it's not there, there's a. I'm trying to remember where the other one is. Probably not that one. Probably this one. Probably this one over here. Do you like this chicken?
It's okay with a little pineapple.
Do you want to take this chicken? Okay, I have a I have fed it to the cats before, but
Yeah, it's not really that good when you dress it up.
unless you did you find it? No, oh, okay, all right. It's in here. I know it is. This is why I gotta finish getting those tools reorganized. Yeah, here. This one's my favorite. I was going to try to get some more water out of. Is this still doing its thing? Yeah. Slowing down, but it's still doing it. We're going to get the water out of that for now. I hope you got enough nails for those holes. Okay, okay. All right. Ooh, there was ice on top. Okay. Let me, while I'm holding the hose, let me check and see what's gonna, okay. Okay, any cues? Okay. Oh no, when you lost me, it was because I needed to show a picture to Jess so he knew what we were attaching to, how the cabin was built. But I couldn't find the setting on the phone that let me show you guys at the same time, or I would have done that. Okay. Right? And right now I'm filling water buckets. Yeah, tie downs for a 12 by 12 as if it will blow away. Well, Kate, I know there's no cues here, but in Arizona, I have had 90-mile-an-hour winds up here on this property. It can be crazy, but I have to satisfy the civil engineer because his name's going on this. I'll do whatever he wants me to because I'm getting an occupancy permit, not just a building permit. And whatever he wants me to do, I'll do it. Yeah, sheds, you got a whole nother thing to deal with sheds, y'all. So in Apache County, if you're doing a shed, please read up on what you have to do to the shed to make it legal. Because if you're in Apache County, it's very costly to make a shed occupancy legal. Because the sheds are not built correctly. The county in Apache County has had too many sheds blow apart or implode, and then the county needed to take care of the people who were too poor to be doing what they were doing. That's why. So there's a whole thing. Yes, Cochise County has an opt-out. We do not. Apache County does not. Okay. Why did I not just do what I want to do and not ask? Because I thought somebody reported me because periodically I check my tax records to make sure nobody's doing things. There's ways to take property away from people in the United States. And basically I got found out. And so then I have to at that point, I was given the option. I could leave this a shed. But they were like, yeah, but if you're sleeping in it, you can't do that. And I was like, well, let me decide. So I called the civil engineer, and I asked questions, and the cost was so inexpensive for me to be legal. The cost is so inexpensive in my particular case. Not everybody's case is like mine, but for me, the cost was so much lower for me to just do what the civil engineer wanted. And so I'm willing to do it. That's all there is to it. I have to pay him. He's only charging me $200 for his work. And then I have to do this one project. It's way cheaper than going the other way around. So I'm doing this. Some I had to have a choice. Nope. In Apache County, if you put your property and or your structure into an LLC or a trust, then you cannot have any of the low income programs, help, tax breaks for being elderly, nothing. You can't do it. Legally, you can't do it here. It's a thing. Yep. Can't put it into trust in Apache County. Won't work. Not happening. Do you want me to try to wire those, or are you already doing it? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it. You can slide them in. Okay, all right. You want me to try to pull this away as well so you can get here?
Yeah.
Yes, good idea, right? This, just the way the person that helped me with it, because I thought I couldn't use cement, we attached to the railroad tie. Whoops. I think I got to push instead of pull. No, that's not gonna work. There we go. A little more, and I think you can get the wheelbarrow in. Boy, there's a guy arguing that what I'm doing is not. Why am I doing that? You should just do what you want to do and forget the county.
Well, it's only the world works like that.
Yeah, exactly. And he can do that. I mean, you do you, right? But in my case, well, the way Mary said to him, Lesa got found out. I did kind of, but then because I asked the wrong agency in the county the questions, but I didn't know who to ask. Right? And sometimes that's the way it works.
Well, you can do it. You can do it the right time, where you can risk
Yep.
the county coming out and just giving you fines every month or a few weeks or however.
Or what they said to me? They would just put a condemned on it. They said we wouldn't even argue with you. We just put condemned, and you can't live there. You can't spend one night. Anybody finds out is condemned, and you spend a night, you in big deep doo-doo going to jail. I'm like, okay, yep, that happened. They were like, you can leave it a shed, but don't you ever sleep in it. I was like, okay, I got this. And they're like, we know you're a YouTuber. Come on, Lesa, don't do that. Yeah, they probably can't hear from over here. I don't have microphones.
I mean, technically, if your gate up front is locked,
They can't come through. They can't come in the second gate. Yeah, I'm aware of that stuff. Yeah.
not without a warrant, and it's going to be,
Time.
going to a judge and saying, hey, I think the judge is going to say, thank you, is good enough.
Right. Oh, I'm so glad I'm so glad it wasn't your first time with this, because I was like, oh,
No, I'm
it's
not.
my first time, so. I mean, the footers things. But having to do footers after the fact.
Yeah.
Yes, go to Cochise County. Don't be my neighbor. I'm fine with that. You know? Because you can opt out in Cochise. You can't opt out in Apache. Oh, I'm so glad you did. So I've got, I got a bunch of water in buckets. Okay, I'm back again. Oh, thank you guys for answering these people so much. I know I'm kind of back for a minute. And I just found out that this is not Jess's first time working with footers. It's just putting footers on after the fact, after you built. It's kind of the wrong way. I was concerned that if they ever found me out, that they would make me jack the cabin up and make a foundation. That's what I was worried about. So doing this is minor. So thank you guys for helping with, yes. And Corey had to go through stuff. I haven't even talked to him about stuff. But he had to do way more than I happen to do. Thank you guys for answering questions so good. Yeah, low income and trust don't go together. Yep. But this will be nice that it's all taken care of in the end. You know, I don't even have a mic. We're using the phone. It is a Samsung. This is that new phone I got. Learning experience for Jess. Actually, Jess knew what he was doing, and I didn't know. Um, for not complying. You know what I was told? I had a choice. Leave it as a shed. Don't ever spend a night in it. Because if you spend a night in it and we're told by a neighbor, then we'll probably have you in jail for a minute. Or, so it was basically do it right or whatever. So I'm not trying to, have that problem. Let me go cut that last sonotube over there that Jess just tossed over our way. I think we have probably as much water as I can get out of this right now until we use some. Well, I could put water in this, but I'd rather this was where it was going to be. Let me cut the sonotube, right? 18. I mean, he wanted more, but we couldn't get any further down we couldn't get much further down. I got a marker. You want me to mark it? Yeah, it's right on the table. It's so nice that my followers are answering the guy's comment that is being a little whatever. Let's see it out. Well, you got to do this. Like, low income people, not so much. I'm moving it away from you. Yeah, some other country, some other world, in an apartment somewhere. There's it. That's fine. No worries. If you do, there's more, and when I go to the store, I'll get more. I cut it with a knife, but I forgot about saws. I think it was you that said, why didn't you use a saw? I didn't think of it. Work once you do that, right? Man, I did something the other day. These muscles right here hurt crazy.
I was awfully sore after yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Your arms after all that.
I figured we probably had close to a couple tons.
Oh, yeah. I was like, you want me to do this while you do something? While you like doing it. Oh, this is the funky part. I was trying to help. Am I being helpful or am I being a pain? I got off. I'm tossing that marker and things right in that barrel. I mean bucket.
All
If
right.
you need it. I'm not as fast as you. Bending over hurts me. Of course, it's a little hot. Huh? You know, I got little bottles in the house.
Okay.
I moved them from the front because of the lemons. But you might not have known I moved things around. That cooler right in front of the stove. I didn't want the lemons to freeze last night. Okay. We don't have to take these off, right?
They,
After we
oh
do them?
no.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, not even all the way around yet. Oh, I sent Mr. Ash, the civil engineer, I sent him a happy Thanksgiving and said, hey, I think the footers will be done this week. And he said, seriously? He goes, wow, I'm so proud of you. I had no idea. I figured it would be spring before you could do it. And you know, the reason John Frugal Off Grid is building his is because I shared the information. That's why he's building his house. His cabin. And he made some decisions based on both what Mr. Ashton told him and me and my experience. So, he decided to do a dry cabin too, as well. Come on, Lesa. They keep getting the sauce done. Poop head. All right, I give up. It's really close. I keep catching the edge of the end of the saw blade. Oh, good Lord. I'm reading y'all's comments quickly as I'm going by. Oh, some of y'all. This Nubs guy. Wow. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of comments I could make back, but for now I won't. Yep. So, Nubs, it doesn't matter where you came from or where you're going, but you have to make choices about who you're going to be as a person. And even though I got my ass kicked and my father dragged my mother off of me how many times saying, cut it out or you're going to kill her. Okay? You need to figure out who you're going to be. And that's what you need to focus on instead of arguing or trolling a channel you don't know much about. Okay? Now, I've let y'all be out here free and open today because my moderators are the bomb and, and we decided we were having a smack the troll day. But, Nubs, we can be nice to everybody. Victimization is something that happens to someone, and whether they like being in the space where people do a bunch of stuff for them or not is a whole different issue. But I don't agree with everything you said, and I think you need to kind of, take a deep breath here. Let some people that are here on a regular basis have a little bit of space. And if you would, it's okay for you to have your opinion, but be nice to my people. Not everybody out here can be the kind of person you are. Everybody's experience is going to be different. So be gentle with them, please. Some people are out here learning because I decided to take the risk to just be open with everything as I aged. I started this channel in 2004. And those statements like you're making, I didn't say you were being rude. I said, would you please be gentle? I used a rude comment talking to you, but I did not say you are being rude. So watch how you're taking things, please. We're kind to each other out here as much as we can be. A lot of my followers are out here because they want to find out how I got through some of the crazy, weird stuff in my life. And if I can do it, I'm encouragement that they can do it. And some of my decisions have been, I got to take a turtle step because a baby step is way too big. So a turtle step is like a slow motion step forward. And any step forward is helpful. So sometimes we have to give some space for everybody. I get it that you think these statements you're making, one of them being the only one that can make you a victim is yourself. I think that some of those statements are not exactly true. I didn't say that you said something wrong. Not at all. I'm saying I don't believe those statements to be exactly truth. So let's just be a little nice, okay? Yep. We've been good. You're not like, you don't need to be blocked and gone away for life or some crazy thing. You don't need that. I'm just saying be kind of nice. And I think it's good that we all see some different ideas and things. It doesn't hurt anything, but just be a little gentle, if I was at a hurting space, that might have been hard for me to hear too. So, that's all I'm saying. Yes. Thank you, Donna Kay. And we may be a small community, but I think we're really supportive. I think we help each other in a lot of ways when we're able, some days I'm able and some days you guys are able. So yeah, I appreciate all of you, including this, it was Nubs, right? Yeah. Including Nubs. I appreciate you too, because you made people do a little extra thinking, and that's all good. And we're going to keep working. And so I'm going to turn the camera back around. But yeah, be a little gentle, be a little kind. Hey, look, I came out here this morning not knowing that I knew Jesse was coming. And I didn't know what time he was coming. But I had no idea he'd already done this before, okay? Okay, Nubs, I would have to have references and more, but if you hunt around on my channel, you know how to get a hold of me. if it was reasonable. We'll see how that works out. Right now, I'm able to help Jess to help me. And that's what I needed for this particular. Yeah, there's a couple of spots there that you might be just going between the joist and the railroad tie.
That's all right. If they pop out, I can just stick them in at a different angle.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why I was, Nubs, that's exactly why I was saying what I was saying as well. Guys, please use the uppercase Qs, especially today while I'm working, because I have to come back and forth. And for me to find what to talk about, it's easy, much easier when I can just scroll to Qs and go from there. But I'm so glad you guys are able to manage this today. And yeah, my county's different than wherever you've been at, Nubs. Not that that's an issue, but Mohammed, please use uppercase Qs if I need to speak to you or read your comment. I'm in the USA in northern Arizona. And we are making my stick-built 12-foot by 12-foot cabin legal for my counter. There you go, Donna Kay. We got this, right?
Yeah, we're done with the straps.
Yay! Way different than I had envisioned this way different. I was a little scared. You can imagine. I mean, because I don't know what I'm doing exactly. This was my answer to the wind is really from this side, and I can't afford to put on a porch railing yet. So I found these when they were like $10 a piece. Well, $10 for two. And so I got two, one for each side. The other side I don't have any rebar for.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I was like, well, that keeps a little bit of wind off of the end of the porch. Woohoo!
Woohoo! We'll start mixing.
Okay. Like I said, I got buckets of water all ready to lift, and I can lift these buckets.
All right, I'm gonna do 6 bags at a time.
Okay. So we're gonna move to, let's see, the black barrel. I got it up to here before it stopped running, and then I got 3 2 5-gallons and 1 3-gallon bucket ready. And here's a wheelbarrow, so I'm gonna help him start cement mixing. Do you want the hoe for mixing?
I'll use the shovel.
Oh, my dad always used the hoe.
I'll use that little shorty shovel I got.
Okay, because I own a hoe and it's fine. I own a hoe. There's a joke in that. There's a bunch of jokes in that. Okay, all right.
I'll leave that alone.
Yeah, okay, we'll leave it alone. I own a hoe. Okay.
No, I mean,
I'll lift buckets because I can do these.
get.
No.
I got to stick the rebar through.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a knee and smoke one.
Okay.
Because I got to be able to breathe to mix them.
Right. And something about smokers needing to breathe is a whole thing. Oh, this hose, I finally got the water out of it. The first time I used this hose this winter, it froze and I had to get the water out of it. That's why this was all. This was all trying to thaw the water out. In the wheel. That's enough. Good nubs. I like having references and pictures. You know, uh, the guy that helped me start the cabin build had some pictures, told me all this stuff. I didn't check his references, and he was on the job for what, a few weeks. And he didn't come back, and I was like, "Where are you?" It took me weeks to find out where he was. He wasn't coming back, and it wasn't me. He just decided he didn't want to do it, and so I didn't even have a roof on. So sometimes stuff happens. Love y'all, Jer. We'll see you. I'll see you at work. Ciao. Yeah, so we're gonna do. Well, you guys heard. You probably were able to hear. Um, yeah, sometimes things happen, and sometimes they don't. Whatever. Oh, okay, cool, Jer. I need to go put some more water in my. Let's. I can expand this. I think. Let's do that and go up like this. Feeder over in that tree, like right finger. That's a bird feeder. Down there, where that white spot is, I've got a black tub that's like a pond, and I have to be careful. Sometimes the rats will get in it. This week I had elk. Oops, I undid. Well, sorry about that, guys. I undid the wrong screw on the tripod. I meant to do a different screw. Anyway, and I had elk drinking out of it this week. So I'll have to fill that sometime. But I got to make sure I got enough water for me before I feed the elk, because elk can get water in other places at the cow ponds. I know I need to come pick up the pine cones for fire starter. I see you getting some. Are you getting anything out of it?
Not much. It is a little dried out.
Yeah. I didn't. You know, this was the first year that I wanted to maybe gather some. I've seen it happen before. You know, I've watched the birds go crazy, and then this year I was like, I should go pick some. And yeah, y'all, where my my pinion right here. Um, it was loaded with pine nuts this year. Loaded, loaded. Can you see the pine cones up high? And the birds get happy in September with this. And down on the ground, I've got a lot of pine cones that I could pick up for fire starters. Um, how do you use cones for starter? No, just put them where you want to fire and light them. They just light. They light simply, easily. I think probably pine cones have a little bit of sap in them. My my take on that is that there's quite a bit of sap in them. Hi, Clint. How are you? Welcome. No, I just light the butt end of them or whatever end. If something's broken, it's easier to light a broken part. It's kind of what I do. And I haven't fed the birds much this fall. Well, I got all the pine nuts, so, but I really haven't fed the birds much this fall. Like, not like normal. But it hasn't been normal for me either, you know. I'm doing fine. We're busy. Oh, you never thought about pine cones. Okay. So, some of you guys know about my. Oh, you can't see it very good. I'm going to walk over there. Wait a minute. Let me do this because I'm going to need the phone camera thing right here. Let me walk over here. Some of y'all know what my Kelly kettle is. It's right behind that marbled pot. Here. This is a Kelly kettle. This one's mine. This is the firebox for the Kelly kettle, and it has a hole in it for you to feed the fire. And this is the hobo stove attachment. When I'm up in Flagstaff, of course I clean it when I travel, right? You know, it's dirty. But in Flagstaff, I just fill it with pine and then light it from the hole on the bottom. And we might be close to done. I don't know the answer. Okay. The answer. Okay. You tell me when you're ready.
Just about halfway.
More? Thank you, Mr. Ballet, for my old wheelbarrow that was yours first. Geez, I've been on this property. I'm going on 13 years, I believe. At least 12 years I've been here. And the wheelbarrow was here before me. And I've rebuilt it a couple times. I need to rebuild the handle part, the wooden part. A little more?
Yeah, just a splash.
More?
No,
You didn't say when. I gotta work on that. What's our signal for that's enough stuff? I know I didn't buy a cement mixer. Yeah, I know. Unless I'm going to do a whole lot, there's no
You're
reason.
gonna have a real big project.
Right. Well, John did buy one, but he had 18 holes to do, and he's going to do other stuff with it. You know. Tad more?
No, that should be enough.
Okay. Looks pretty good to me. How's the back with it?
Oh, I'm good.
At least we got it up high enough, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you might. You need another shovel full of water?
No.
Okay.
Just a little, maybe like a cup right there.
You've done this a couple times.
I used to be a brick mason.
Oh, I didn't know. That's what my dad was. And then over time, you know, when I was little, he was a day laborer, unloading salt off of salt ships in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And then when I got older, he became a brick mason. And then from a brick mason, he became a stone mason. Yeah, you'd think he had money. He didn't.
A rebar fell.
Oh, oops.
Well, I think I'll get that filled up to where that goes.
To where it goes, and then it'll lay in there different?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. I think I gotta hold this in. I'm gonna lift it so I can help you. Okay. Not so helpful anymore.
Grab this.
It's still useful for some things, even though it's kind of, that one's really old and rusty and getting weak. But until it's dead, I'm not buying another one. Yeah, basic tools that somebody needs if they want a homestead. Shovels, rakes. I know, is 2 per hole gonna be enough? No.
Probably gonna be
It's gonna be 3
more
per
like
hole.
3.
Bummer. Okay. That's right. We just do our best, right? At least leave it easier to do hole for the one that gets left, right? You want me to try to lift one?
Don't do it if you're gonna hurt yourself, Lesa.
Well, what I'm gonna do is see if I can pick it up. Yep, I can pick it up. I can move how many steps? I can go to there. I'm not sure I can go down the steps. Oh, that was fun. Now I have cement pants. All right, I tried. Okay, I was only so successful. I can only lift it up and walk about 3 steps. So we're gonna need probably 3 more bags when we get done. Okay. We'll probably have 1 whole hole to do.
I think we'll need 6 more bags.
6? Okay. All
Alright.
Is anybody going to Showrow? Oops, sorry. Oh, Chris is going to Showrow Monday. I'll check with Chris as to whether he can pick some up or not. I picked too much water.
Another bag.
Not bad. You want a drink? Have a drink. Can you do it? Doing it. There you go. Good girl. Oh, nobody could see that on the... Wendy's drinking her drink from the nose. Is it just bottle?
Yeah, it's just here it is. Probably.
I was thinking it was somewhere close. I remember seeing it. Yeah, guys, don't forget the uppercase Q's in front of comments that I need to focus on when we're working. It's about the only way I can really see it. Okay, so, oh yeah, a bag apiece is going to be, yeah, 6. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let me check with them. Okay, guys, I think there's one. Look, there's one. Yay! It's supposed to keep the wind from making my cabin go away, which I doubt it will do, because you know, we're not in Kansas anymore, and I clicked my red slippers or whatever. I'm trying to be funny. Actually, my cabin has already seen 90-mile-an-hour winds, and it hasn't budged. I really built it well. And when the civil engineer looked at the construction pictures I took, he told me that we did an excellent job. It's all 16 on center. Some of it's overbuilt. The foundation was a little underbuilt. But okay, I'm going to be gone for a minute because I need to take a picture of this. So, and the only way I know to do that is to do this. And it may, how do I best help you? Keep doing water?
Yeah.
Take a break and get rid of the camera?
Actually, we can move this for now.
Yeah, it can. Yeah. I had to lift it. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. Do you want the wheelbarrow inside? Oh, no, not yet. You want bags of cement in it before we move it, right?
Yeah. Just unless I have to walk the clean.
Yeah. Right, get it as close as I can, right?
Yeah. Good enough for 3 more holes.
I would say do the ones on this side first and leave the ones at the back side for last. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, partly because that way I can pull the fence back in to keep Wendy safer. And now that I know I can use cement, I mean, we could, someday I can redo the post. I don't have to decide yet. That can be 3 years down the road, you know. But I was trying so hard not to use cement because I didn't understand something I read in the county rules. They said once you use cement, the cement makes it a permanent structure or something like that. And I didn't understand it. So I thought, don't use cement on anything. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you were saying. We've had close to 100-mile-an-hour winds
Yeah.
just in the past few years.
Right. Right.
But
So,
it's not. The bureaucrats got to make their money too.
yeah. Hey, but at least the charge for this is so much less than what was possible. Because the civil engineer fee was $200. That's minor. And then this expense of this project is what? Well, it was 160 something. Now with more cement, it'll be a little bit more. So say $200. So say I got $400 in order to get my occupancy permit. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's worth it. But like Jeremy said, Corey, they put him through the ringer, and now that they've got a baby, it's worse because they could take kids away from you if you don't have your occupancy permit. So it was a whole thing. So he had to do septic and all kinds of stuff. So what they chose to do, since she had just broken her leg and found out she was pregnant, like all at the same time, they decided to get a camper and move down to town in the RV park, and then get the place up here right, and then move back up. So,
Yeah.
but some of those decisions are hard to make when you're next to broke or whatever.
You're just getting by.
Yeah.
Yeah. They. I don't even agree with property tax.
But I don't
I think,
either.
here's
But
what I think. Everybody's we're gonna do a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
And you know, we revolted against the British for
yes,
3%.
for reasons. Yeah.
So how
But-
is this American in any way?
But the tariff, somebody was saying they're pissed off because the new tariff on Chinese stuff is not going to be as much. And I was like, well, they may have to play that one careful because of politics.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's when China's just.
but they keep years ago. I was working for an economic development in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and they were courting everybody, trying to get in and buy land and do things for free.
Well,
I mean, I get it.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of us paying road taxes?
Yeah.
To maintain our roads. What is the purpose of us paying school taxes and fire taxes? There's a purpose behind those taxes.
Right.
What's the purpose of having any kind of tax or levy put against you on your own property?
Yeah, I know. I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Are they fixing my property up for me now?
We're not helping with anything. Nope.
So.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I mean, I don't agree with these things
What
either.
does it go towards?
Yeah.
It goes
And
towards
then
bureaucrats.
We're being taxed on income tax. We get taxed on our vehicles. We get taxed on going to the grocery store. We get you make the money and it's taxed, and then you spend it and it's taxed, and it's a little too much.
Well, we spend
10% was a good idea.
So much money on national security.
Yeah.
Part of the national security budget, a lot of people don't realize, is actually the majority of the national security budget. A lot of people don't realize is us sending money
To other countries.
Ukraine, Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, if they need something,
But look in North Carolina.
if they need something, we can provide them food.
Yep.
We can provide them refuge.
Yep.
We don't have to participate in their war. when
Right.
they come out of our pockets. Right? There's people here that need help.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm with you on that. But yeah, I see that comment. I was traveling, y'all, but stuff happened. My engine blew, and luckily, I'm blessed. I had property, so I could come here. And during COVID, I decided to build the cabin because I didn't know what was going to happen, and we might have needed it. So, um, as as friends and group or whatever. But anyways, that's what happened, and so here I am, and now I got to make it legal. So, but I never intended to be living in a cabin on 10 acres of land. I was going to just travel. I actually was on a round the world travels when I ended up living in Costa Rica, well, Central America, but I spent a lot of time in Costa Rica. I never finished my round the world travel. And so that's still something I'd be willing to do at some point. But yeah, I agree. I like the travel lifestyle a lot, but I'm blessed with this. And so for now, we just keep working with what we got, what we've been blessed with. And it benefits other people in lots of different ways. So, bye, Donna Kay. I see you leaving. Have a good week. You're not going to try to mix three. It's not quite,
No.
yeah, not enough for space, right?
It's not. It's not even really space. It's just that just turned it into a whole
Yeah,
different level of mixing.
right. Okay. I thought you're going to work on this side?
I'm gonna
Do that one?
This corner.
I'll bring water that way. I'm like, what's in my pants? It feels weird. Okay. All right. And now we're on the shady side. I need my shirt again. So we'll have two. Yeah, we'll have two holes to finish instead of 1, 2, 3 bags. Yeah, okay, 6. I thought maybe we wheel it over dry and then I'll put water in. Oh.
Yeah, when we go back around.
I thought it would have been lighter to wheel. Are you guys getting tired of this yet? How many times am I going to pick up the bucket? Yeah, if I can get, I'll see if I can get maybe, what's her name, to pick up the other bags of cement when she goes tomorrow. I don't know. But then maybe you could finish the last 2 days Wednesday-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because one, you're going to be tired when you finish this.
I'm sure. I get just a
And
splash in the middle.
Yep. And I'm not trying to kill you. I need your help.
A little bit more. All right.
I gotta get that bar back to Brent, but I'm gonna keep it one more day because I thought I would go in and try to dig a little bit on where the barrels are gonna go. We can't put the barrels in until after I have them inspected.
Oh, okay.
So I have to finish making them first. But while I got that thing, we may as well dig the holes for it. But I dug in that area so much that it might just be easy digging with the shovel, so I might not need it. A lot of it's just sand. Shower house is what I meant. I didn't say that, did I?
I did.
You were getting it.
I was picking it up.
Sorry. I was like, wait, I didn't say all the words. Yep. I got you. Oh, do we have to take the rebar out?
Yeah, I should probably do that too.
Yep. Oh, Clint, Miss Mary has got a beautiful one of those newer tall vans that's outfitted as her RV. A lot of us met as van lifer or van dweller people through that connection. And maybe I should get one extra so that we could top these off a little more, right? Like that other one.
Yeah.
Because I know Mr. Ashton kind of said, get it under if you can so that when you finish, that railroad tie rest on it a little bit. That would be best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I should grab one more bag just to be safe.
Yeah.
Okay. You know I appreciate you, right? I'm gonna pay you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pay you.
I appreciate you.
It's why I wait to work. I was like, the only way I'm gonna get this done, the way things are going, is if I am able to make more money. So I was like, Stan, let me work, please. I need to make money. I gotta finish this. So.
This last bag, stuff on this one.
That was the wood rack I bought for my porch to try to keep it driest in, you know, January and February when the snow comes. And I'm not in love with the way the way it's built with the pipes. Most of my wood's a little too short. So I'm gonna have to make sure I have some long chunks of wood for the bottom row, because otherwise it just all fell off. Yeah, it's gonna go where the chairs are right now.
Okay.
But this was the only place that I could keep the crete dry. Whoops, you ready for water? Here I am standing here.
All right.
Hair more?
Little splash. Yep.
What a good girl, Miss Wendy. What you doing? What you doing? You just hanging out? Let's see. Oops. I did it again. Here you go, Miss Wendy. Try to Miss Mary. Whoops, I don't know. There you go. Yeah, you guys really, if you're going to build a cabin, you really want to do the footers before you build it. I just thought I was getting away with it, you know. Oh, yeah, basically that's true, Mary. The Quikrete I got is pre-mixed, okay? It's sort of like getting your antifreeze pre-mixed. You don't have to measure, you just add water to it. I don't think it's more expensive. I think it was a similar price. It's not, but yeah. And yes, there's a feel to it. You don't want it too wet, but you don't want it too dry either. Yeah, so.
That's 2 done.
Yay! 2 down. You see Miss Wendy helping. This is normal for Miss Wendy too. She just gets right in there. She was so cute when she was drinking out of the hose, but I couldn't. Can you mix gravel in there too? No, no, the Quickrete's already mixed, so you don't need gravel. So, when you mix gravel in with cement, you're buying the cement in a bag. And it's not a pre-mixed. So all those little pebbly pieces you're seeing, that's in the bag. Whoops. Did I put the water too close? No. Okay.
All right. here, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was good. I was trying to get you as close to things so you don't have to lift as far. Was my thought anyway.
I'll get it.
Yeah. I just was trying to get it closer. Really old.
I'll be ready for a break after this one.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. Yeah. I need something to eat.
You know what? I had kind of a big breakfast this morning with all that stuff we had.
Oh, okay.
I think I might have overdid it.
Because my thought was I could find something to fix you if you were hungry. I forgot about all the food we were.
After this one, we'll have one more. Yeah.
Yeah, one more full. One more whole. That didn't make. That's not English, I don't think. Yeah, you see, it's a smaller cloud that way, Mary. Yeah. Yep.
How much do we got left? Yeah, just go ahead and pour that whole book.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's just about right for the whole. Let you mix it a little. And Mary, some of the stuff we have in the dirt here, some of our little white chunks that look like rocks, not really those ones over there in the back, but some of that's caliche, some of it's Portland cement is in our ground. The whole thing. Miss Wendy, you're doing such a good job.
Yeah, I'm ready for some more. Is this mine, Lesa? This water? Is this mine?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, when you said you were starting to be tired, I was like, let's at least get you another water.
I'm getting used to the elevation again.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been down low for a while, haven't you? Yeah. Whoops.
It doesn't take long.
I think some people take longer than others, but you're right.
I guess if you grew up your whole life in lower elevations, it's probably. I grew up in the mountains.
I did, but I trained myself to not even have jet lag when I got on a plane because I started just running my cycles by the moon and the sun. And when you do that, it stops some of that stuff. So then I found it didn't like give me.
Well, we're not up till 1 in the morning watching TV.
No, we're not. Right, exactly. No, but how many times did I wake up last night? I was like, what the crap was going on last night? And it wasn't like the animals woke me up or something, so. Yeah, Mary, this is a lot like pancake mix kind of thing. You know, the difference between making from scratch and having Bisquick. And now my dad was a brick mason in Maine. And in the winter, they worked all winter long, but they put antifreeze in the mix so that so it wouldn't freeze.
This soap works pretty good for that.
Yeah. But it's part of what their normal job was in the winter using antifreeze. So. But I don't know that's not very, yeah, okay. It's very leaning toward the house, the cabin. Yep. You guys can tell I need to get the wooden parts of that wheelbarrow is the only thing I never redid, and the paint job. So at some point I could rebuild that with, I think they make metal handles now. So he's putting that piece of rebar in that keeps the strap down in the cement. I'm very thrilled at this. This is such a big deal. To have this done before spring. You know, there was some thoughts we had collectively as neighbors and whatnot. Oh, your gloves, bummer. To make sure that we got my footers done before anything happens to the 82-year-old civil engineer. We hope he lives a long, long time, but just in case. I just, have this thing about making sure I do as best as I can to take care of myself.
Both of these only took 2.5. So.
Okay.
We might stretch it a little further than what we were thinking.
Okay. All right. Okay, you want one more bag? Oh, okay. Okay. I think we're going to give him a break after this, guys. And it's been about 2 hours today, which has been our kind of normal for a while. So I'm probably going to go. It's all right. Oh, Lesa, hold the wheelbarrow.
If I can save that I dropped.
I think I got a new pair of those gloves in the car if you need them.
All right.
Because I know once you get cement on them, yuck.
Stupid to do that.
Take a break. Right?
Yeah, I'll take about a 10-minute break.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, Jess is going to take a break. Yeah, and sit in the chairs on the porch or something. I don't know what.
Well, I'm
Um,
glad we're doing this in the winter time.
oh, because, yeah, at 80 degrees, this would be horrible. Yeah,
Unbearable.
yeah. So, so I'm going to, bye, Catherine. So I'm going to close this out for me too, because I don't know how to end it exactly. And it's a good breaking point, and we off to do 2 hours, so I'm going to say this is good enough. But y'all getting a little different stuff today. It's what it is for the moment. Um, trying to keep y'all informed of my week and whatever's been going on. What else happened this week? Because it seemed busy to me this week. Well, Thanksgiving, and I worked. Whoops. And what else happened? I don't know what else happened. Um, work was incredible. One day, Stan wanted me to call somebody and let them know that their truck was ready, or that they figured out the problem with the truck so that they could go the next step. Took me 2.5 hours to find out who owned the truck and where the phone number was, because of the system they have in place. I used to run project offices for IBM for a couple of years. That was my biggest paying and biggest responsibility job that I had. And I just want to fix this. But I also know that you have to wait and watch and see how people do things before you fix them. So you don't offer to fix until you really understand what's going on. And I get Stan's way. I understand his way. But that was a little challenge to 2.5 hours trying to find these which person belonged to that truck. That I'll be fixing that pretty quick, I expect. But also, I don't know how long I get to work with Stan. Um, there's been the temporary, just filling in. And then there's the, hey, I really like the way you think. Maybe you should stick around. So I don't know the answer, but the more I can work, the more I can help people like Jess by letting them help me, and then I can pay them if I can keep working. So that's, you know, help people help you is what you do. And I still, so this month I've got to pay Jess for what he's already done, and then I've got to pay Raven for putting the radiator in my car. And then after that is kind of the new stuff. But we also, I got to buy more cement so we can finish this. And then we'll finish this and we'll get the barrels set up so that all these inspection things are done. And then by the time I only need 24 hours to notify the I only need 24 hours to notify the health department to come inspect the barrels. And then after that, we're going to try to get these holes dug while it's nice and we got good weather. And then we can just drop those barrels down in after they've inspected the barrels themselves. And then the shower house will be back to being a shower, a place to dress, and the toilets. And I won't have to dump buckets every week, because right now I have to dump the 5-gallon composting buckets every Friday. It's one of my chores that I have to take it out to the compost pile where it belongs for the solids. And the liquids have a place they go that's closer to the house. But just about once a week, I do a load of laundry, and the wash water waters the asparagus bed, and then the rinse water goes in one of my toilet buckets, which is the one that I do number one in, the pee bucket. And so I put the rinse water from laundry in that, and then I put so that one, Fridays is my Sabbath prep day, and so I empty the potty bucket, the solids, into the compost bin, which originally was 4 bales of hay. It's all broken down over the year, over a few years. And I'm saying hay, wrong thing, straw.
Is that windy down there?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yeah, she's the same color as the ground and the grass. When Jess just asked if that was Wendy coming down the driveway, it is. Um, anyway, so I take this long handled fork and I open the center of the compost pile and I dump the solids bucket down into that hole and then I cover it all back up. And it composts into soil really well. You hope will video the barrel process. I will try. I actually videoed a new gear video a couple days ago. I haven't had a chance to check it to see if I need to edit it any. I'm trying not to edit much, but I need to double check that there's nothing I got to just delete. And then I need to adjust all the descriptions and all, and put some labels, like I can write words on the video itself. And I might need to do a little voiceover because I tried not to talk when I did that one. But so I got a new gear video coming out. And then, yes, Mary, I'll try to do the barrels because those barrels are approved in a lot of the United States. And I don't know why Apache County had to get so funny about things, but somebody was worried that the neighbors would smell your compost. So, so they approved the barrel. It's called the batch pale privy, and each county has to create their own name for this because it was called one thing in the Tucson area and in the Humanor book from years ago, from the 60s. And so they had to have a new name for it for each county in Arizona. So, so our county has called it the batch pale privy system, and it uses 55-gallon drums. And it makes it so you don't have to dump your buckets all the time, but you do have to cover one barrel after it's been used to a certain height. And you have to cover it and let it cure for a number of months at above freezing temperatures. And then it can be emptied after a certain number of months. I think it's 5 months. And then you can just shovel it into a wheelbarrow and put it under a tree somewhere. But I will try to do that, to film those barrel things so that you see that. Anyways, y'all have a great week. Pray for each other. You know, when you think about somebody, text them a little quick. Hey, I thought about you or something, if it works for you. It works well for me to do that. Don't forget to use your turtle steps, which are slow motion, teeny tiny steps forward that get you closer to something, because eventually it makes big progress. And, you know, we'll be back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Lost you at the shoveling out part. Okay, so the batch composting toilet system uses 55-gallon drums. The smallest system is 2 55-gallon drums. They figure that's good for one person. What you do is you use one, like a composting toilet, as much as you want to use it, okay? Until it gets to a certain height of full. You occasionally stir it. There's this compost stirrer thing you can get that you can kind of, it's like a big drill thing. You can kind of stir it. But, and then when it gets to a certain height, you mark a line in the barrel. When it gets to a certain height, you stop using it. You move the toilet seat cover over to the new barrel. And then the lid that was on the other barrel is the storage one. So then you take that storage lid and put it on the one you used. And you let it sit for about 5 months in above freezing temperatures. If it freezes, you've got to wait a little longer. But so it needs to cure about 5 months. And then you're using the other barrel. So the other barrel's starting to get full, right? And after 5 months of good above freezing weather, then you can shovel the stuff out of the storage barrel into a wheelbarrow and move it off to under a tree. And then it's an empty barrel waiting for you to use it. So when the other one gets up to the line, you swap the lids and you start using this one again. Does that make sense? I hear you. There's a way. It's not that bad. Actually, if you leave some remnants in the bottom, it just helps. It's not that bad. Some people actually leave theirs above ground so they're tall and you have steps to get up to it. I didn't want to do that because one, I don't want to build the steps. And two, I don't want to build the steps. And three, I don't want to figure out a way to turn the barrel over or dump it or whatever. But shoveling it is not that hard. I can imagine the thoughts, but it's not that bad. I don't know if I have a video of somebody else doing it, but I did it in Costa Rica, so I know it's not that bad to shovel out of a thing. And you're not trying to get every single drop of everything out of it because the little bit of stuff that stays in there already has the right bacteria to help the next batch do its job. So don't worry about it. We'll get you taken care of, Mary. I'll show you how to do that. It's not that bad. So y'all have a great week and we'll see you next week. Ciao, everybody. Talk to you later, Mary.